Happy fishing. So today's video is the first time I'm doing it this way, where I go and shoot the video and then I come and recap or give you the intro. So the purpose of this video today is kind of discuss an intro setup. If you want to get into fishing, want to do any kind of fishing, what I recommend to start with after my trial and error. So first and foremost, the gear, get you a spinning reel. I like the open face ones. I know they sell like the Zepco ones where like it's the closed face, the casting reels. I hated those. You don't see whenever you're getting like a wind knot or something. This one you see it. You can see if your line's getting all jacked up or not. So spinning reel, and these are probably my two most used ones. And they're the ones in the middle of the pack as far as pricing. This is the Garcia Silver Max 30. 30 stands for, it's a 3000 size reel. I like the 3000 size because it has a bigger area to put more line. I like to throw 8 or 10 pound monofilament. This one is also the Shimano Katana, and it's also a 3000 size reel. This one's on my travel rod, the one that I have for telescoping. It's right now spooled up with braid. I've gotten better, so I've been able to keep the braid from getting all kinked up. But if you're gonna start out, I recommend you start out with mono. Big old downside to mono, it has memory. So what you can do is get some warm water running in the tap and then just run warm tap water, almost hot. And then just do it throughout the spool and it'll get the memory out, go ahead and fish. That way you don't have to re-spool every time, because it will get those coils if you let it sit in the reel too long. Now for rod, beginning, starting out fishing, medium power 6.6. And that just says, so you have your handle where the reel goes, and it's pretty easy to put those in. You work it in, screw it down, and then there you go. You put your reel in. So if you work your way up, you see what kind of action it is. And this one says 6.6 as far as 6 feet 6 inches, and the action is medium. Medium being, it's gonna have like a moderate kind of bend into it, and it's an all-around good rod in the middle when you're starting out, in case you hook up to something that's not a largemouth bass. It handles catfish just fine. And then if you want to go out one day and only target catfish, medium rod is just right there in the middle where you can do whatever. And it's also light enough to where you can put on a little crappie jig and target panfish. This specific one is Shakespeare's Durango series. Super cheap. These are $10 at Walmart. I'm gonna use them up because I bought them, but once they break, I don't think I'll ever buy a rod that low end anymore. There is a huge difference just by getting into the $30 range. Staying with the same brand, if you go to the same Walmart, you can get the Shakespeare Excursion model. They're way better. Or you can go up to like their $70 model, which is their ugly stick models. But if you're gonna get a rod, keep it under 7 foot. I'm saying that specific to my height. If you're taller, yeah, get you a 7 foot one, but anywhere from 6.5 to 7 foot length rod, medium action power. Again, you'll see it on the side right above where you twist on the keeper for the reel. You will see where it says medium power and the height. So between 6.5 to 7 foot. And the reason I say that, as a beginner, you want to avoid throwing up your lures and making them part of a permanent Christmas decoration. So you're probably gonna fish a spot where there's a tree hanging above you. So the shorter the rod, the less likely you're gonna get a lure stuck in the tree, especially the ones that are hanging over you. But yeah, that's the reel and that's the rod setup I used in the video, and I recommend for beginners. So the lure I recommend to pair up and try to go catch some fish today is this Zoom's Salty Super Fluke. The reason I recommend the Salty Super Fluke, they have more salt, they sink way better without a weight, and they make them a little wider at the top. That way you have more plastic to get your hook into. Their original version, the Fluke, has less salt, doesn't sink as much, and they made it thinner. Let me get those up there in comparison. They made them thinner, but they do have better movement. So I still throw these, but I much more prefer these. You get more fish out of these. This one, 2 or 3 fish, it's shredded. What you're gonna need is a 3/0 hook, any brand. You're gonna take it and you're gonna Texas rig it. So there's no wrong way to rig them except if you rig them on their side. Now you can rig them right side up or upside down. All that changes when you twitch it, if they dart up or if they dart down. Whatever you want to do with it, as long as they're rigged, they're not rigged on their side. So that's all that happens. If you rig it right side up, it will dart up when you twitch it. If you rig it upside down, it kind of darts down into the water. So that's just how I'll switch it up. When I rig it right side up, I get it into the meat of the plastic, so it's completely weedless. When you have it like this, it has a little channel. You really don't have to worry about it being too exposed. So it just sits right there and most of the gunk gets caught up in there. But you can rig it into the plastic and make it a little more weedless. The other modification is the change of hook. I like to use 3/0. You can use 4/0 if you want to stay weightless, or you can get you a belly weighted hook and stay in the same size of hook range. If you go 4/0, again, this is 3/0, the 4/0 will probably be down here. So you do lose some movement in the plastic because there's more hook in it. What that does, if you go with a heavier hook, it gets it to fall in the water column better. And as you see in the video, my preferred retrieve today, because it's warmer waters, is fast at the top. I wanted to get some top water action. So you just bring it back fast, add a pause every now and then where it flutters, and then get it going again. That pause is key. You gotta twitch, 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 pause, and then bring it back to life. I have also had him hit him where I'm just kind of retrieving it to get it back and make another cast because I made a bad cast, and they hit it also. So really, you just gotta figure out what they want that day. I know in the fall, I've caught fish on these colors, on this brand. These flukes I got in a Lucky Tackle box, so I don't even know if this company exists, Logic Lures. So I've used these where I let them sink to the bottom with a belly weighted hook in the fall, and then just kind of work it back slow, and then it works that way also. So it just all depends on time of year, water temperature, and what they're hitting that day. Don't be afraid to switch it up and see what they'll go for. If I didn't get any hits on the top water, I probably would have switched to the belly weighted hook and let it sink a little more. That way it gets lower in the water column. But there you have it. That's sort of what I recommend as a starting setup if you want to get into fishing, because right now it's the time of year to get into fishing. You can go out there, probably throw a hot dog on the hook and catch a fish. So y'all enjoy the video and let me know what you think. Hey y'all, welcome to Texas Kaiju Fishing. So like I said earlier, we're gonna be fluke fishing out here, and I have my little partner in crime, Mia-chan. We're just gonna have a good time trying to catch some fish. Again, I have the Fluke tied on, weightless, weedless, T-rigged, and so we'll break that down when we get to the pond, to our spot. All right, hope y'all enjoy today's show. Mia-chan. All right. So we just had some rain and a little bit of a cold front. There's not gonna be any fish over there, is there, Miyako? All right, keep moving up the bank. As you can see here in this shot, once you establish your footing, you want to cast along the bank, always parallel to the bank, especially this time of year where you don't know where they're going to be bedding. They could just all set up, you know, right along each other, and this way, if there are like say 3 or 4 beds along this bank right now, you're going to go across them, whereas if I would cast straight out, I would probably only go across one bed. Again, it all depends on where they're set up, but more likely than not, they're going to set up parallel to the bank, as shallow as they can possibly get on harder surface. And so right here, I'm just casting along the bank. Also, along this little pond scum, which is, I think they just mowed the lawn, and the grass ended up in the pond. Don't ignore it. Luckily, I'm throwing a fluke, weedless fluke, so I just drag it along the top. Sometimes you get a fish and blows up on it, especially in those little spaces where you see the water and the grass kind of separate. Especially there, they'll come and blow up and eat it if they have an opportunity. So yeah, don't ignore little pond scummy stuff like that. Best lure for areas like this with grass like that is a frog. Ever since I've had blow-ups off of it. Once you pick apart the bank, ignore it anymore. Then you can start working your way back to the middle. Again, work both sides and then move on. Thanks for helping me jig the rod. What's up? What's up? Got him. Yeah, buddy. Look at that, Miyako. That's a fish. That is a fish. Look. We got one. Little top water hit. Huh. Look. Sugoi, good job. Mia-chan! Mia-chan! So you could slow the fluke down, but it's springtime and they'll chase it off the top. We got lucky. The rain kept people away. It's really not that crowded. Yeah, we got lucky. Got another one. Got another one, Miyako. Ah! Ah! I hit your head, I'm sorry. You okay? You okay? You okay? You want to switch to backpack mode? Ah, missed on one. Niña, niña Miyako pescando. Niña, niña Miyako. It's a little windy today, Mia-chan. Something just blew up on it. Oh, something just blew up on it. Got him. Ah! Y'all see how shallow that was? Right on the freaking bricks, man. Another tip for beginners, as you can see here, I am not staying in one spot. Today we got very lucky. It rained that morning, cleared out about 2:30 p.m. and then we headed to the pond. The rain kept people away. This pond gets very crowded. I've been there where it's like every 3 feet you got somebody fishing. So luckily today, because it rained that morning, it was very empty. So if you can, wherever you're fishing, move. If you're not catching fish, move. If you catch a fish on the spot, cast at the same spot again. There might be more than one. So always remember, if they're not there, move. Try your luck at another spot, because they do hunker down in schools of fish. You having a good time? Walking around the pond. Gonna finish up on the other side. What do you say, 30 more minutes? 30 more minutes, Miyako? Okay? Uh-oh. What's going on? You okay? Are you bored? No, you're too young to be bored. Last cast. Hey, doggy. He's fast. Last cast, Miyako. Last cast. Last cast. Come on, last cast magic. Last cast magic. Oh. All right, y'all, there you have it. And that, in my opinion, is the best bass lure to be throwing right now. Year round, actually. Like I said, when it gets colder, you can slow it down, fish it a little slower with a weighted belly hook. Right now, weightless, keep it a little bit on the surface, and like y'all saw right there, they will blow up on it. So until next time, if you like what I'm doing, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it. Y'all take it easy. Take it easy, y'all.